Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Today we've got a beer from the Coniston Brewing Company, and this is the bottle conditioned Bluebird Bitter, bottle conditioned award-winning English ale. And yeah, coming out of Cumbria, beautiful part of the country. And this is clocking in at 4.2%, and best before is 27th of the 1st, 2018. So I'll quickly read you what it says on the bottle. So our roots: to pure waters, add finest Challenger hop. To pure waters, add the finest Challenger hops. I was completely confused at how they'd started that sentence then. That's just down to my complete illiteracy. To pure waters, add the finest Challenger hops together with wonderfully roasted crystal and pale malts. The skill and instinctive know-how of Coniston brewers Ian Bradley and Rob Irwin has allowed Coniston Bluebird as a cask-conditioned ale to achieve the ultimate accolade, the CAMRA Supreme Champion Beer of Britain 1998. Best served at 58 degrees Fahrenheit in a straight pint glass at the Black Bull Inn, Coniston, Cumbria. I'll have to hold you to that one, chaps. So Bluebird is the fine session ale with a light golden colour. The intense, resinous and spicy up character, which is the beer's hallmark, is derived from the use of unusual quantities even, of English Challenger hops, each bale being individually and personally selected by the brewer. To malt, the malt is of course Maris Otter, fermented slightly warm to give a soft fruitiness with a faint hint of scented geranium. Bottle conditioned beer contains a fine sediment of live yeast. So yeah, never had anything from these guys, but I do absolutely adore the Lake District. I can't think of a much better place to have a nice pint than at the side of the lakes. But anyway, so looking forward to seeing what this is like. Not too sure just how much sediment we'll get in there. You can't really see too much in the bottle. But anyway, let's see what we get. But yeah, I've been reviewing a hell of a lot of like real ales and that sort of stuff since I've been back in England. And yeah, I'm a little bit worn out, to be honest, but I've got a final few before I leave, and I thought I might as well just review them. So, beer in a glass, and that's a lovely light copper colour. Nice amounts of clarity, but you do see some slight sediment in there mixing in within those bubbles. And yeah, got a nice orangey rusty sort of look to it as well. Beer poured with about less than a finger's worth of slightly off-white head. So yeah, let's see what we get on the aroma. It's got like a very dank aroma to it. I do get that slight resiny character mixing in with these slightly sweet malts. Has sort of almost like a salad leaf aroma. Get a little bit of spice from those hops. But yeah, it's got like a dank, almost fermented sort of aroma to it. And I've realised just how friggin' bright I am. Anyway, let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Well, you definitely get that hot bitterness all the way through. And it's not a light body. It's got like a nice medium body, but there's like an ever so slight sensation of creaminess about it. Almost like you've got like a glass of fizzy milk. As horrible as that sounds, that's the the conclusion I get to of the consistency. But yeah, that carbonation comes in nicely, so it doesn't become too heavy on the palate. And yeah, it's got a nice level of crispness about it. Very clean. You can definitely tell you have that high quality water coming from Cumbria. Yeah, I'm predominantly getting like a bitterness from those hops. No real citrusy tones, a little bit of spice to it. Lovely malt backbone in there as well. But I could see a lot of people drinking this and thinking, where's the flavour? Because it's not one of the most flavoursome beers, I have to admit. But it's so drinkable and moreish, if that makes any sense. One of those beers that you sat in, where did they suggest you go? You sat in the Black Bull Inn. You've had a lovely little mooch, you might have had a little bit of a walk, that sort of stuff, seen the sights, and you just sat outside, if they've got tables outside in much. I don't think I've actually ever been to the Black Bull Inn. I've been to a few pubs in Cumbria, but they've mainly just been like Thwaites or Marston's owned pubs. Excuse me. But yeah, this is easy drinking, perfectly acceptable session beer. I don't know. For me personally, I don't think this is too bad of a beer, to be honest. Let's see what happens when we put that in there. Look at that. Gets quite a bit more murky. And yeah, you could definitely see some nice little lumps in there. Look at that. It's intensified quite a fair bit, to be honest. Aroma hasn't changed. Let's have one more sip. Definitely get that yeasty flavour now. Very, very reminiscent of like a Belgian strong ale. That sort of like spicy yeast characteristic. And I think obviously that spice is coming from the Challenger hops. But yeah, it's well rounded. It's a simple beer. Want to just sit back and enjoy maybe 1, 2, 3 or 4. Get a little bit carried away. It's going to catch up on you. Sort of like a German lager would, to be honest. So yeah. Not too bad, and it's currently New Year's Eve, and yeah, what a great way to start off the drinking. So yeah, in terms of a rating, I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10. That being said, I could see a few people doing this. I think there's really nothing to it. I like the simplicity of this beer, without sounding like a condescending prick. I think they've got a really solid beer here, and I can see why it's won the awards and accolades that it has. So if you ever come across it, I think you can get this in most like B&M bargains, home and bargains, that sort of stuff in various supermarkets. Give it a go if you just want something casual to sit back with. Great for like if you're watching the football, watching TV, watching a few films, that sort of stuff. Yeah, so 8 out of 10. So thank you guys for watching. If you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts and opinions. What are some of your favourite beers, not only from this brewery but also from some breweries in the Lake District? And yeah, great stuff actually. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one. Don't click.